the fact that in Kerala, the one state where I traveled, where I heard people react very positively to the Chief Minister's handling of COVID, the food kits that he gave. I mean, 18 items on that food kit delivered effectively. It appears, in fact, one Congress leader told me a few days ago, thank God COVID 2.0 happened after the Kerala elections. If Pinarayi had handled that well too, we were finished. So, I mean, in a way, handling of COVID, both for Palanisamy in Tamil Nadu and certainly for Pinarayi Vijayan in Kerala, actually became election issues.
Absolutely, because in Pinarayi Vijayan's track record, also in handling the floods in Kerala, that also was an advantage for him because his government swung into action and did it. And the first surge of COVID, the way they handled the crisis and what you described, these hit kits as they are known as, they were a big hit among the people and that sustained them during a period of crisis. But then, you know, Kerala election is also on many other issues. It's on strengths in different districts, strengths of support of these different communities and all that. Whatever happens, that also comes. And then there was a spate of corruption cases.
Right.
There was resentment within the CPM over selection of candidates or denial of tickets to the stalwarts who had done 2 consecutive terms. So,
you know, people
Kerala
are,
has been voting, will be voting on a mixed bag
this is the first state the left came to power in 1957. It's the last state that they still hold. It is imperative for the left in a larger context of their relevance in national politics to be able to hold on to Kerala.
Sure, but you know, this election not about the left, it's about Pinarayi Vijayan. You know, he's the, as someone called him, he's the Modi in Mundu.
He must have hated that.
No, 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 but the journalists do. You see, I think what has happened, Rahul, and this will be interesting for, you know, those who track electoral behavior. People are looking for strong leadership in times of COVID. You want stability. You want someone whom you can trust. And I think that is an important factor that we will have to factor into this election. How did you handle COVID last year? Had, God forbid, COVID happened this second wave in January, February, and the government had been at 6s and 7s, as to some extent they appear, then it could have had an even greater impact.
No, but look again from the Congress's perspective, midway through the campaign, and Sachidanand Murthy can build on this, they realize that Sachi Tharoor is getting a good response. Whereas for the last several years, the Kerala Congress is criticized for not having somebody who can be an inspirational face, who voters can rally around. They think he's from the United Nations, he's not really a typical Kerala politician, can't really be the face of the party in Kerala. In the middle of the election, basis the response that he's getting, people within the Congress start thinking that, okay, maybe if we pitched him, we could have done well. The same happened in Assam. For the entire period from 2016 when the elections were held to now, the party is comatose. Midway through the campaign, based again on the response that they're getting, similar to what happened in Gujarat, they realize, okay, if we give this a real shot, we have a chance. I mean, but what kind of a party is it that realizes in the middle of the election campaign that they have a chance and not throughout the years when they're supposed to work hard on the ground?
Yeah, but Rahul, if you look at 2017, 2018, the Congress won 4 state assemblies where only in one state they projected a leader, but not in Chhattisgarh, not in Madhya Pradesh, not in Rajasthan. So the Congress has this problem that whenever it is in opposition, it doesn't want to project. In Kerala also, if it had projected a leader who could match Pinarayi Vijayan, because there's still, we don't know who the Congress CM candidate is. There is a veteran Oman Chandy is there, the leader of the opposition, Ramesh Chennithala is there. Now Shashi Tharoor has emerged as the new face. There's also talk that K.C. Venugopal, who has become a big power within the Congress headquarters, he can be the dark horse. So that, but then Congress says we have won elections without projecting anyone. And they are still sticking to that, though Radeep said that, yes, now people earn for a very strong single focus figure. But then the Congress has its own logic on these elections.